What's up, y'all? So today I want to take a look and talk about a knife that I am finally done modding, and that is my K390 Wharncliffe Delica. So this Delica has some flytanium handle scales on it that I modded to be a skinny mod scale. So I just took down some of the contouring on the hand there with just a file and some sandpaper. This has the flytanium titanium backspacer. And the rest of the modding I kind of just did myself. So on the hardware and the lock bar, I actually sandblasted it to give it more of a matte finish. And what really took the the most work and the star of the show here is the blade. So this blade, I gave a chop to the Wharncliffe spine. It's normally rounded out, and I flattened it out to give it a more angular look, which I much prefer. And this kind of went through a few iterations of what I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with it. Originally had sandblasted it because I wanted to Cerakote it, but I wasn't too thrilled. I'm not a huge fan of coated blades, but I really do like an aggressive stonewash. So I would decide that I would go ahead and kind of make the jump into doing my own acid and stonewash. So I did get some ferric chloride acid, and I diluted that 1-to-1 with mineral water. And I let it soak for just about 1.5 to 2 minutes, and that was enough to really darken the blade up to where I was happy with it. I neutralized it in a solution of water and baking soda and just gave it a good wash, rinsed it off really good, made sure it was dry, all the water was off of it, hit it with some WD-40, and then I put it in a kind of homemade rock tumbler stonewash barrel that I had made with just a drill, a empty jar of peanut butter, a toggle bolt, and some ceramic media that I got from Harbor Freight for I think like between 15 and 20 bucks. So that ceramic medium I think is really good for getting a nice factory quality stonewash. You know, I see people using like the river rocks and shake it in a bottle, and all of those results are great. But I was really going for something very smooth. Like it's a very smooth, slick finish on that, and I really just wanted to get the most that I could out of it. And you probably could do that with any rocks, but the medium at Harbor Freight, like I said, it was between 15 and 20 bucks, so I figured I'd give it a try. So I just hit it with some WD-40, threw it in there, let it tumble for around 5 minutes, gave it a checked up on it, would throw it back in for a little bit of time, checked it again until I was finally happy with it. I think I gave it 2 or 3 rounds, but I think all in all it spent about 10 minutes in the tumbler. Once it was once I was happy with where it was at, I cleaned it off, and as you can see, so what I did with the acid and stonewash is I put some nail polish around the pivot area just to keep the acid from eating into that, and you can see I did a little too much there, but otherwise with the blade open, you know, it's completely good. But while the blade was still out of the scales, I get a little more of the ricasso exposed in the open position when the blade is out. So I went ahead and sharpened it up, and then put it back all together. And now I have the completed K390 Wharncliffe mod. And this is kind of exactly what I was hoping for. This is what I was envisioning when I was thinking of Cerakoting and sandblasting, was really just to mimic this look. This is really what I was going for, but I didn't really want to mess with the chemicals and the stonewash, but I'm really glad that I did. Now this, I know you're thinking if you watched my other video, wow, this looks awfully similar to the S30V. You can see I kind of have a style going. This is something I've just become really fond of. Just a skinny micarta with the angled spine on that blade. Now these came skinny. This is a Vatex micarta out of Australia. This is a much clothier micarta than the flytanium. They are both very nice and grippy, but the Vatex is not, there's no contouring like you see here. It is just a nice rounded chamfered edge. But the general shape is what gave me the inspiration for the skinny mod with the flytanium. So you can see these are kind of the yin and yang style for the Wharncliffe Delicas. This one is an S30F and this one is K390. Very fond of both of these, but this one is really going to be the star of the show for me for a little while. Again, I'm very happy with the way that stonewash turned out. But I hope you like this and found it interesting. This is definitely going to be one of my new favorites. Thank you for watching.